What's going on, you guys? My name's Christian.
And I'm Gabi.
And today we're going to be talking about some questions that you guys have. We're getting a lot of DMs asking about what we got to do to work out, or what do we eat when we're first starting out. So we're going to address some of the basic issues or the basic questions that you guys have and just give you a little more info on it, so you guys know exactly what to do when you guys are starting.
Before we get into the video, we just want to thank you guys so much for all the love and support that you guys have shown us on Instagram and Twitter and on YouTube. And we want to give you guys content that you want to see. So if you have any video suggestions or any videos that you want to see from us, drop them down below in the comment section. Alright guys, so let's get into the video. So our first question is, how long did it take you to grow your glutes and lose stomach fat?
As fast as you learn how to control the muscle and contract it properly. So as you guys know, I was her trainer before we started going out. So the thing with her was she had a lot of muscle fibers that were both slow twitch and fast twitch, which is the ones you want. So a lot of the times when I see with beginners is they have a lot of, they don't know how to control their muscle and they don't have the muscle fibers that you need for it to grow. So the first things first is learning how to, what muscle fibers you want and learning how to train them. So basically what that means is learning how to contract the muscle or flexing the muscle and doing the motions correctly and learning how to get the stimulation to the muscle, not necessarily just doing the movements that you see other people do in the gym. So that's the most important thing about building your glutes and how fast they're going to develop.
For me, when I started weight training with Christian, I started seeing progress with my glutes and like lower body within, I would say, 2 to 3 months. I started to see it tone up. And for stomach fat, it really comes down to your diet. So if you're staying consistent from day one, then you'll start to see progress quicker. Next question is, if you have any tips for people who aren't looking to lose much weight but want to bulk and tone, what would those be? Eat a lot, so you have to eat in a calorie surplus to gain weight or to gain muscle, and you have to be lifting heavy.
And yeah, something I'll add to that, it depends on the body type that you are. So we have all different types of body ranges called phenotypes. So whatever body type you are, you got to eat and train according to that. You got to remember, you got to train the way you eat. So if you're training to gain muscle, you're going to train to gain muscle and you have to eat the same way. Different with weight loss, but as far as like building muscle goes, you got to understand a clear picture of what your goal is, and then you got to do research to get there. The basics behind that is lower rep ranges, obviously, to stimulate slow twitch muscle, which is getting a lot of blood into the muscle so you can fill out. The next thing is your post-nutrition. For me personally, post-nutrition is the most important thing. I like to do a lot of carbs at the end. It makes you more insulin sensitive, so you can take in more carbohydrates, which is like rice, potatoes, stuff like that, and utilize it better as opposed to just taking it in and converting it to fat. So that's the most important thing, is post-nutrition. And if you want to gain weight, protein's important. But as far as body type goes, I've seen most of the time carbs are important as well. So getting those two things in post-workout is one of the most important things I've seen for gaining muscle as a girl and a guy.
The next question is, how did you become motivated to start working out, and how did you start eating healthy? I get this question all the time on how I stayed motivated or what motivated me to start, and it was honestly because I was unhealthy and I couldn't do basic everyday tasks like walk up a flight of stairs, and that's what really motivated me, because I didn't want to live life like that. So you have to really want your goal and you won't have to worry about staying motivated. And for eating healthy, I kept it very simple and clean.
To add to that, simple and clean means simple and clean, pretty much. So you want to eat the most organic stuff you can get. A lot of the time stores offer like chicken, for example, that pumped with like sodium. This is not good. So try to get the healthiest organic things you can get. It does make a difference. And an example of clean eating is just, my go-to meal is chicken, rice, and vegetables. I mean, as much broccoli as you want, a half cup of white rice or brown rice, and 4 to 6 ounces of, try to get organic chicken if you can. That's the best option. That's simple and clean right there.
Next question is, what are some tips to help you sweat more during a workout? Well, obviously work hard and you'll sweat, but I use the product Sweet Sweat, which is a thermogenic cream that heats up your body in certain places that allows you to sweat more. Wearing sweatshirts and sweatpants will also do the trick.
Yeah, and a lot of times my female clients who want to lose weight, you add compound movements or full body workouts, weighted full body workouts. So that just makes you move more and makes you sweat more. So as opposed to just a bicep curl, you're using one muscle. Deadlift into a press makes you use your whole body. So using your whole body helps you burn more calories and helps you lose weight faster.
Next question is, what was the most difficult part of your journey? And by the way, you're so beautiful, I couldn't be more proud. Thank you.
You just had to pick that one.
And I'm reading all of them. You're not to read you that part. I think that the most difficult part of my journey was kind of in the middle. For whatever reason, I still don't know, I wasn't able to do the mind-muscle connection to my lower body. Mind-muscle connection is basically contracting your muscles. So because I was a cheerleader and a gymnast, I'm very quad dominant. So I use my thighs when I'm squatting a lot, but I learned over time to use my glutes instead of my quads. But for like a month or two, I could not contract my glutes and it frustrated me so much. I remember I was on a leg press machine and I was trying to contract my glutes and I started crying. I was so frustrated because hard when you're not able to do what you need to do in the gym. It feels really it made me feel really defeated.
That's the struggles of a bodybuilder right there.
Next one is, do you think it's possible that I can lose weight just by working out? No. The reason is you can eat bad and you can train your and if you're eating bad, you can't out-train that bad diet. Eating clean is definitely number one. You have to make that a priority in your fitness journey. He always used to tell me 80% nutrition, 20% gym.
Right. And that's right, what she said, you can out-train a bad diet to an extent. When you first start out, yeah, you're gonna lose weight because your body has to adapt, but only to a certain extent. So if you don't eat clean along with your training, you're gonna hit a plateau very quickly and it's gonna be very hard to surpass it. So better just get all your ducks in a row first and make sure your diet and training's on point. So just to get that out of the way at the beginning.
Next one is, how consistent are you with your workouts? Like how long do you work out and how many times a week? We both work out 7 days a week if we have time. Of course, we're in college and studying does take up a lot of time and other responsibilities in life. So we do try to get to the gym 7 days a week and we usually work out for an hour and a half and we stay consistent on that as much as possible.
For starters, my best answer would be as much as you feel comfortable with. Just try to get in the gym as much as you can. There's a difference between being tired and actually like being in a place where you can hurt yourself. So it's very important. And I suggest most of the time with beginners to do full body stuff. So why I say that, previous question, mind muscle connection, nobody knows what that means. So if you can get in the gym and do full body stuff and just get your body moving, that's a good start. From there, you're gonna be sore. So as much as you can train in the week, that's the best amount of training. And eventually you'll get to 7 days a week if you go long enough.
Next question is, what are some workouts that are aimed to lose arm and back fat without gaining too much muscle and looking bulky?
Can you repeat that question?
The next question is, what are some workouts that are aimed to lose arm and back fat without gaining too much muscle and looking bulky?
Resistant bands is a great one. This like the colored bands. Overall, if you're just beginning, a full body workout's gonna tone everything.
Next question, how do I plan out my days? Leg day, arm and back day, butt day. Do I do multiple on the same day or focus on one thing each day?
As you get better, as you get further along going to the gym, I would suggest splitting up muscle groups. So like major muscle groups are like chest, back, and then arms, and then legs one day. But for right now, like all my answers is best thing to start out with is full body stuff. Just get your body going, keep sweating, and that's how you're going to be most effective in the gym as a beginner.
The next question, how did you lose your belly fat? And I know eating healthy is key, but are there any workouts and tips that you realized were helping you make a difference in your waistline? I truly do believe in the saying, abs are made in the kitchen. Of course, exercise is going to help, but if your diet isn't on point, then you're not going to be able to shed that belly fat as easily.
Yeah, and my big thing is consistently just doing fasted cardio and abs, and not necessarily weighted abs. Like I don't do weighted abs. The thing with that is it works, but at the same time, when you do it without abs, you're just building more mitochondria, like the powerhouse of the cell, so you can burn more fat in that particular area if you're doing high volume work. So like a lot of crunches, a lot of sit-ups, stuff like that. So that's my best advice for like toning it down in the mix session. Also, don't do that, please.
With the weight.
I hate that workout. So that's my number one tip to you, is don't go to the weights and do this weighted. It just makes your waist thicker, okay? So like you want to shred the muscle in the fibers. So like your obliques go this way, right? So you want to shred them this way. If you're shredding them this way, that's actually a technique to build more muscle. So that means you're just going to be getting wider from your waist. So probably number one tip, what not to do is do the, or if you see me in the gym, I'm going to say something to you. That's just my thing. That's my pet peeve.
Next question is, how do you keep your mindset straight? So I'll let Christian answer this because he actually did a competition recently that was obviously very hard to prep for and you're exhausted most of the time. So I think you'd be...
My mindset was as straight as a circle. there is no straight mindset. I mean, you got to be pretty messed up to be doing those types of things, as far as like dieting down to extremes. When you first start out, you just gotta visualize your goal. I mean, that's what I do. Like I visualize the body that I want.
You stay focused on the end point.
Yeah. And it is like, I tell people who I prep all the time, like you can't go out with friends even if you're on a little diet or he was prepping, but like you can't go out because that just builds stress in your life. It raises a lot of hormones that causes you to increase levels of like, to build fat. All that stuff matters. So you're trying to lower as much stressors in your life and staying focused at the gym. That's honestly what it is. It's not anything like, oh, you need this, you gotta be super motivated. You just gotta be motivated to the gym. That's one aspect of your life. If that's 70% of your life, you're obviously gonna get fit. So sometimes in life, like you gotta go to the gym and have that 70% of just brain capacity towards the gym. That's honestly how you get fit.
I just want to add to that. When he was on his prep, Christian refused to go out with friends. Our date nights were at Gold's Gym at Venice, and then we would buy a healthy dinner at Gold's Gym and sit down and have dinner, and that was our date nights. Because when you're competing like that, and even if you're working towards just a regular fitness goal and you're not in a competition, that has to be your #1 focus. And like he said, going out with friends and having those temptations, it's not going to benefit you. So
yeah, and when she was starting, that's what she did. Like 100% was towards the gym.
Yeah.
She went to school, to work, to the gym. That's honestly what it is. Like it's no secret. It's just
staying focused.
Your ass is in the gym. Like that's all it takes. So it's easy. It's easy once you know that. That's the secret. Is you're in the gym.
Next question is, did you ever waist train to get an hourglass figure? No, I didn't waist train. I don't personally believe in waist trainers, but there are how do you call them? They're like sweat wraps.
Yeah,
they're not waist trainers. They're just basically made out of like a material that you can put around. You wrap it around. It's not a waist trainer, and it just heats up your abdomen area and makes you sweat in that area, which helps with water loss. So it kind of cuts down bloating or anything like that.
Yeah, just heating up in a certain area. Obviously, that's like thermals. That's gonna make your body heat higher, burning more calories, burning more fat. So it's just it does work if you do it consistently on a consistent basis, wearing it every day for weeks. I used that when I was prepping, and like your waist does get small. I went to like a 30 to a 27-inch waist just by using that. I didn't do any abs. So yeah, it does work.
Did you completely cut out fast foods like In-N-Out? No, I didn't. If I'm craving In-N-Out or if I have a cheat day available, then I will go ahead and allow myself to have a cheat meal. But I know when to stop myself, and I think that that's most important when it comes to cheat meals.
Yeah, and my best thing is to utilize your cheat meal for your benefit. So say I believe in doing a cheat meal after the weakest body part. So if your back is lagging, you go hit a cheat meal after you hit back. But say you're on a low carb diet, right? By the end of the week, it is a good thing to have a cheat meal in certain situations because you need to refill your glycogen, which means like the storage in your cells, store carbohydrates and water and all that good stuff to make your body lose fat, gain muscle, whatever you want it to do. So refilling that fuel source is a good thing. So going 2 months without a cheat meal is not necessarily a good thing. But how to utilize it is how you use your cheat meal most efficiently.
I was at a plateau actually for I think like a month, and this was when I was still training with Christian, and he actually told me to go ahead and take a cheat meal, and I had a cheat meal, and then that next day my weight finally came down after not budging for a month. So like you were saying, use your cheat meals wisely. The next question is a juicy one. It says, will the program still continue even if you and Christian decide to end things?
Of course. People gotta get fit. That's not fair if we're not together. People don't get fit. Who is this?
What about the brand though? What if we ended on like super bad terms? God forbid, but
then I slash your tires.
No, I think what would happen if we were to end on bad terms is we would keep the programs that we made together on sale, and we would split that money, and I would probably have to come out with a new program as my own.
Why are we discussing this on YouTube?
Because it was a question.
Who is this lady?
The next question is, how old are you guys? I am 19.
And I'm 25. I'm 21.
This is another kind of funky question. It says, have y'all ever done it at the gym?
Definitely.
No, never.
Babe.
Stop. The next question is, when you first started working out, did you ever get intimidated at the gym? If so, what did you do to get over that? When I first started, I had a gym membership at 24 Hour Fitness, and I did feel very intimidated. There was actually times where I was starting to weightlift and I didn't really know what I was doing. And people that were obviously bodybuilders would like make comments, and I can understand from a beginner's point of view how that is intimidating. But if that happens to you, put your headphones on, put your hat down, and focus on you and your goal, and just ignore them. You're there for your reasons, they're there for their reasons, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, and I think, like, see, I was always the alpha male in the gym from day one, so I never really got that, right? And when I was a trainer, and a lot of people would like act weird in the gym when I was training them, and I'm like, what is this? Like, because that's my element, so like, you know, that's my stomping ground. But anyways, like when she came in and she was kind of like hesitant in a way, so I never got that point of view. But I think someone to push you who that is their element, and they have you there and push you, like that's what you need to get comfortable. So don't not go to the gym because you're uncomfortable. Like push yourself to go to the gym, and pretty soon that's going to be your element. That's the best advice I can give you. It's just like she said, put your earphones in, just get it. Like it doesn't matter who's talking, you know, what gym it is, just go in there and get it, give it your all.
The next question is, what made you guys decide to start a brand on fitness? How did you get the courage to start it? And was this your intentional goal in life regards to a career? Much love to you. One night when I was still training with Christian, this is when my pictures started to kind of get attention on social media, and people were asking questions, and I didn't know how to inform them in the right way because I was still learning. I still am learning. And so I went up to Christian one day and I was like, how would you...
She was trying to get at me.
I was like... I asked him if he would consider doing a program with me since he had the knowledge and the certs behind personal training and dieting and all of that. And since I had my transformation with him. And so that's how we started our very first program, which is the 5-week online coaching program. And the courage to start it, I had the courage to start it. I knew that that was what I wanted to do. Christian was very hesitant about it.
What do you mean? I was the one who told you let's do it.
No. You were hesitant about it.
Yeah, then I was like, do it.
Yeah. So at first he was iffy about it, and then he got on board with it. The third question is, was this your intentional goal in life in regards to a career?
No.
Why?
That's not what I want to do with my career. I want to be a doctor.
Definitely not what I thought I was going to be doing, but I am very grateful for the opportunity that I have. And
me too. Don't get me wrong. Like, don't get me wrong. That's not my like career path.
I am going to school right now to become a registered nurse, but that is essentially my plan B. I want to do something with the platform that you guys have given me and help people, and that's my ultimate goal. Alright, you guys, so that wraps up our Q&A. We hope that we answered all of your questions. If you have any more, drop them down in the comment section. We will try to answer them and reply to you guys. And like I said in the beginning, if you have any video suggestions, again, comment them down below and we'll be sure to get them out to you guys. Alright, you guys, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe. And we hope to see you guys in the next video.